Hi everyone, welcome to English Anytime. Today we'll talk about how I use 100% of my brain power to learn English. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Over the past several years, I have embarked on a journey of learning English that has challenged me to harness my full intellectual power. In this pursuit, I have often questioned whether I truly used 100% of my mental capacity in studying the language. From the moment I first encountered English in school to the many hours I spent practicing and refining my skills, I have strived to push my abilities to their limits. My experience in learning English is not just a story of memorizing vocabulary or mastering grammar rules. It is a story of dedication, resilience, and constant self-improvement. I believe that learning a language is an intricate process that demands both mental and emotional investment, and in many ways, it reflects the broader challenges we face in personal growth. When I began my journey, I was unsure if I was ready to commit fully to the task at hand. I wondered if I had the discipline to utilize all the intellectual resources available to me. However, as I progressed, I realized that the process of learning English required a full body, full mind engagement. Every day, I dedicated hours to reading, writing, speaking, and listening to English, often questioning whether I was truly applying all my mental energy to absorb the language. I made it a point to engage with every aspect of English learning by interacting with native speakers, reading books, and even watching films in English. This multifaceted approach allowed me to explore the language from different angles, thus strengthening my overall understanding and fluency. During my study sessions, I would sometimes feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information I needed to learn, and I often wondered if I was using my cognitive abilities to their fullest extent. In these moments, I would take a step back and assess my learning strategies. I asked myself critical questions. Was I actively engaging with the material? Was I challenging myself to think critically about what I was reading and listening to? This introspection led me to refine my methods, gradually replacing passive study habits with more interactive and thoughtful practices. I learned that using 100% of my intellectual power did not mean forcing myself to memorize everything at once, but rather to engage deeply with the content, to analyze, and to reflect on it. Moreover, my commitment to learning English has been influenced by a constant desire to improve my communication skills in everyday situations. I realized early on that fluency in English was not just about understanding complex texts or academic materials, but about being able to communicate effectively with people from different cultures and backgrounds. This understanding motivated me to participate in discussions, join conversation clubs, and even volunteer for teaching basic English to others. Each of these experiences contributed to my growth and allowed me to apply my full cognitive capacity in real-world scenarios. In conclusion, the question of whether I have used 100% of my intellectual power for studying English is not simply a matter of time or effort spent. It is about the quality and depth of my engagement with the language. My journey has been one of continuous learning and self-assessment, where every challenge has served as an opportunity to push my limits further. As I continue to evolve in my understanding of English, I remain committed to using every bit of my mental energy to master this language, driven by a passion for learning and a belief in the power of continuous improvement. This introduction sets the stage for a detailed exploration of my journey using every ounce of mental strength. During the early stages of my English learning journey, I encountered various challenges that forced me to reconsider my approach to studying. I recognized that simply attending classes and reading textbooks would not be enough to unlock the full potential of my mind. Instead, I began to explore different study techniques that would engage me more deeply with the language. I experimented with methods such as active reading, interactive writing exercises, and listening to diverse sources of spoken English. Each of these activities required me to concentrate and think critically about the material. I discovered that by varying my approach, I could keep my mind alert and make the process of learning both enjoyable and effective. One of the key strategies I adopted was setting clear and achievable goals for myself. Rather than attempting to master the language in one overwhelming effort, I broke my learning objectives into smaller, manageable tasks. For instance, I would focus on mastering a set of vocabulary words each week, or on understanding the nuances of a particular grammatical structure. This goal-oriented approach allowed me to measure my progress and adjust my study habits accordingly. It also instilled in me a sense of discipline and perseverance. Each small victory motivated me to continue pushing forward, reminding me that every bit of effort contributed to my overall success. Another important aspect of my study routine was the incorporation of daily practice sessions. I made a habit of dedicating specific times each day solely to English practice. These sessions were not only about reading or writing, but also about speaking and listening. I found that engaging in conversations with friends, participating in online forums, and watching English news channels helped to reinforce what I had learned. Over time, these daily interactions became a vital part of my routine, reinforcing my commitment to using my full cognitive abilities to absorb the language. Even on days when I felt tired or unmotivated, I would remind myself of the long-term benefits of consistent practice, which in turn renewed my determination. I also sought out opportunities to immerse myself in environments where English was the primary language. This immersion was not limited to travel. It also involved creating an English-rich atmosphere in my daily life. I would label objects in my home with their English names, listen to English podcasts while commuting, and even change the language settings on my devices to English. Such small but significant changes helped to create a continuous loop of exposure, ensuring that I was always in touch with the language. This constant engagement was crucial in training my brain to think in English, thereby making the learning process more natural and less forced. Furthermore, I made a conscious effort to reflect on my learning progress regularly. At the end of each week, I would review the material I had covered, identify areas where I struggled, and celebrate the improvements I had made. This reflective practice was instrumental in helping me understand my learning style better. It allowed me to pinpoint the techniques that worked best for me and discard those that did not contribute to my understanding. By being honest with myself about my strengths and weaknesses, I was able to tailor my study methods to suit my unique cognitive processes. This self-awareness was a critical component in ensuring that I was truly using all of my intellectual power during my studies. In addition to these strategies, I often challenged myself by stepping out of my comfort zone. I enrolled in advanced English courses and participated in public speaking events, even though I initially felt insecure about my abilities. These experiences were both intimidating and exhilarating. They forced me to confront my limitations head-on, and in the process helped me to grow. Every time I faced a difficult situation, I reminded myself that pushing beyond what I thought was possible was a necessary part of learning. This mindset not only enhanced my language skills, but also contributed to my personal development, teaching me the value of resilience and determination. As I delved deeper into the language, I became increasingly aware of the importance of context in learning. I realized that understanding English required more than just memorizing words and rules. It demanded an appreciation of the cultural and social context in which the language is used. To this end, I engaged with a wide range of materials, from classic literature to modern-day articles, and from formal essays to casual conversations. Each type of content offered unique insights into the ways in which English could be used to express thoughts and emotions. By exploring these different contexts, I was able to develop a more well-rounded understanding of the language, which in turn enhanced my ability to use it creatively and effectively. My journey also included moments of doubt and frustration. There were times when I felt that no matter how hard I tried, I could not grasp certain aspects of the language. These moments were challenging, but they also served as opportunities for growth. I learned that it was perfectly normal to encounter obstacles, and that these obstacles did not reflect a lack of ability. Instead, they were a natural part of the learning process. By embracing these challenges and viewing them as stepping stones rather than barriers, I was able to maintain a positive attitude and continue progressing. This resilience was a testament to my commitment to using every part of my intellectual capacity, even when faced with difficulties. Throughout this period, I maintained a journal where I recorded my thoughts, challenges, and achievements. This journal served as a valuable tool for self-reflection and allowed me to track my progress over time. Whenever I revisited my entries, I could see how far I had come and how my strategies had evolved. This practice not only boosted my confidence, but also provided concrete evidence of my dedication. It reinforced the idea that using 100% of my intellectual power was not a one-time effort, but a continuous journey of learning, adaptation, and self-improvement. In retrospect, my early years of studying English were marked by a deep commitment to utilizing every cognitive resource available to me. I actively sought out methods that would challenge my mind and push me beyond my perceived limits. Whether it was through setting specific goals, engaging in daily practice, or immersing myself in an English-speaking environment, I consistently aimed to learn and grow. This approach, driven by curiosity and determination, laid a solid foundation for my continued progress in the language. Looking back, I realized that my journey was not defined by moments of brilliance alone, but by the persistent effort to improve each day. The process of learning English demanded that I use all of my intellectual power, and in doing so, I discovered that the true measure of success lies in the willingness to confront challenges and adapt to new ways of thinking. Every obstacle I encountered served as a reminder that growth often comes from the struggle, and that the path to mastery is paved with perseverance, reflection, and an unyielding desire to learn. This exploration of diverse methods reflects my unwavering dedication to maximizing every facet of my intellectual capability. I have always believed that learning English is a lifelong journey, one that evolves as I grow both personally and professionally. With the advent of technology, I found new avenues to channel my intellectual efforts. Online courses, language learning apps, and interactive platforms allowed me to practice English in innovative ways. I integrated these digital tools into my study routine, using them to supplement traditional methods. This blend of technology and conventional learning strategies not only made the process more engaging, but also ensured that I was consistently challenging my brain. Whether I was using language apps during a short break or participating in virtual discussion groups, each digital interaction pushed me to think critically and adapt my learning style to new formats. The integration of technology into my English studies opened up a world of opportunities for self-directed learning. I could now access a wealth of resources at any time, from podcasts and videos to online articles and ebooks. This ready availability of diverse content meant that I was never short of material to study, and it enabled me to tailor my learning to my interests. For example, I often listened to podcasts on topics that fascinated me, such as history and science, which in turn expanded my vocabulary and exposed me to different accents and speaking styles. This method of immersive learning helped me to make connections between new words and their practical usage, reinforcing my understanding of the language and context. Moreover, the digital age brought about a significant shift in how I interacted with others in English. Social media platforms, online forums, and language exchange websites became invaluable tools for real-time communication. Engaging with native speakers and other learners allowed me to practice conversational skills in a supportive environment. I would join discussion threads, participate in group chats, and even arrange virtual meetups. These interactions provided immediate feedback and helped me to identify areas for improvement. The spontaneity and diversity of online communication also mirrored real-life conversations, ensuring that I was well prepared for face-to-face interactions. In addition to technological tools, I also relied on traditional methods that required intensive mental engagement. Reading classic literature, writing essays, and analyzing articles were activities that demanded focused attention and deep thought. I often challenged myself to write reflections on my readings, analyzing the text, and expressing my opinions in English. This practice not only enhanced my critical thinking skills, but also improved my writing proficiency. I made it a habit to revise my essays multiple times, each iteration pushing me to refine my language and articulate my ideas more clearly. Through this rigorous process, I learned that true mastery of English comes from persistent effort and continuous self-assessment. My intellectual journey was not confined to academic pursuits. It extended to everyday interactions as well. I made a conscious effort to incorporate English into my daily routine in practical ways. From ordering food at restaurants to having casual conversations with colleagues, I seized every opportunity to use the language. These real-world applications were sometimes challenging, as they required quick thinking and adaptability. However, each conversation was a chance to apply what I had learned and to test the limits of my cognitive abilities. By actively engaging in diverse scenarios, I was able to build confidence and fluency simultaneously. Furthermore, I observed that the more I invested in learning English, the more my cognitive skills improved in other areas of my life. The mental discipline required to master a new language translated into enhanced problem-solving skills, better memory retention, and increased creativity. I began to notice that tasks which once seemed daunting became more manageable as my brain grew accustomed to processing information in complex ways. This cross-disciplinary benefit was a pleasant surprise and reinforced my commitment to using my intellectual power to its fullest extent. I realized that the effort I put into learning English was not isolated. It enriched my overall mental agility and contributed to my personal growth. There were also moments when I questioned whether I was truly giving 100% of my mental energy to the task. In the midst of busy schedules and daily responsibilities, it was sometimes difficult to dedicate the time and focus required for deep learning. During these periods, I learned the importance of time management and prioritization. I began to set aside specific blocks of time where I would disconnect from distractions and immerse myself fully in English studies. This disciplined approach ensured that even on hectic days, I could commit a portion of my intellectual resources to language learning. Over time, these periods of focused study became a cherished part of my routine, a moment of respite where I could concentrate solely on my personal development. Reflecting on my journey, I am proud of the strides I have made in mastering English. I understand that using 100% of my intellectual power is not about achieving perfection, but about consistently striving to improve. Every challenge I encountered, every moment of frustration, and every small success contributed to a cumulative growth that has transformed the way I think and communicate. I now see learning as an iterative process, one that requires patience, dedication, and a willingness to embrace failure as a stepping stone to success. Looking forward, I remain committed to expanding my mastery of English. I am excited about the future possibilities that this skill will unlock, both professionally and personally. I plan to continue exploring new learning methods, integrating advanced technologies, and seeking out opportunities for real-world practice. I also intend to share my journey with others, hoping to inspire fellow learners to harness their intellectual power in the pursuit of language mastery. In doing so, I believe that we can create a supportive community of individuals who are passionate about learning and driven to make the most of their cognitive abilities. Ultimately, my experience with studying English has been a testament to the power of dedicated effort and intellectual engagement. It has taught me that the true value of learning lies not in the end result, but in the process itself. Each day, as I apply my full mental capacity to understanding new words, mastering complex grammar, and engaging in meaningful conversations, I am reminded of the limitless potential of the human mind. This ongoing journey is a reflection of my commitment to lifelong learning, a pursuit that I believe is essential for personal fulfillment and success. Reflecting further, I recognize that every moment spent learning, every challenge faced, and every new insight gained has contributed to a profound transformation in my approach to language and life. By consistently dedicating myself to practice and embracing both modern technology and traditional methods, I have not only improved my English proficiency, but also developed a sharper, more versatile mind. This journey has empowered me to overcome obstacles, foster creativity, and build a deeper connection with a global community. As I continue to evolve, I remain eager to explore uncharted territories in language learning and to harness the full extent of my intellectual capabilities. My commitment to this lifelong pursuit continues to inspire and drive me forward. I cherish every step of this journey, and I look forward to many more enlightening experiences. In conclusion, my journey of learning English has been an intricate tapestry woven with moments of challenge, growth, and unyielding dedication. Throughout this process, I have continually strived to use 100% of my intellectual power, embracing both modern technology and traditional methods to enhance my skills. Every strategy one employed, from setting clear goals to engaging in immersive language experiences, contributed significantly to my overall development. I learned that true mastery is not measured by perfection, but by the persistent effort to improve, adapt, and overcome obstacles. My experiences have taught me the value of self-discipline and the importance of creating a supportive learning environment. Whether it was through daily practice, reflective journaling, or active participation in discussions, I found that every step, no matter how small, played a crucial role in my progress. I realized that the journey of language learning is continuous, filled with opportunities to expand not only linguistic abilities, but also cognitive skills that benefit every aspect of life. Furthermore, the challenges I faced along the way served as catalysts for personal transformation. Moments of doubt and frustration eventually gave way to renewed determination and innovative approaches to problem solving. I discovered that the effort I put into mastering English had far-reaching effects, boosting my confidence, sharpening my critical thinking, and enriching my interactions with others. This journey has been a clear demonstration of how dedicated intellectual engagement can lead to profound personal and professional growth. Looking back, I am proud of the progress I have made and grateful for the lessons learned along the way. My commitment to using every part of my mental capacity has not only improved my language proficiency, but also equipped me with skills that are applicable in many areas of life. I believe that the continuous pursuit of knowledge is essential for achieving success and personal fulfillment. By investing time, energy, and passion into learning, I have unlocked new potentials and embraced a mindset that values lifelong growth. As I move forward, I remain dedicated to further honing my English skills and exploring new avenues for intellectual development. I am inspired by the belief that learning is an ever-evolving process, one that challenges us to push beyond our limits and redefine what we think is possible. With each new lesson, I become more aware of the limitless capacity of the human mind, and I am excited to see where this journey will take me next. Ultimately, my experience is a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of using every ounce of one's intellectual strength, and the endless opportunities that come from a genuine love of learning. These reflections not only encapsulate my past achievements, but also illuminate the path ahead. I recognize that every lesson learned, every challenge surmounted, and every success celebrated has prepared me for future endeavors. With each passing day, I continue to refine my skills, drawing inspiration from both my experiences and the endless resources available to me. I am committed to lifelong learning, always seeking new challenges that stimulate my mind and foster personal growth. This unwavering dedication has become a cornerstone of my identity, driving me to explore new horizons and seize opportunities with enthusiasm. In embracing this journey, I am constantly reminded that the pursuit of knowledge is a noble endeavor, one that enriches not only the individual, but also the community at large. I look forward to a future filled with discovery, creativity, and endless learning. Every step forward reinforces my belief in the transformative power of education.